glad that you're back here. This space is sacred to me. It's where we peel back the layers and begin to understand our cravings, our relationship with food, and more importantly, our relationship with ourselves. Today's episode is called Sensitive Soul, Sensitive Body, Healing Through Food. This one hits close because I'm not just speaking from research, I'm speaking from experience, from pain, from learning the hard way, and also from healing. We often talk about emotional eating here, but what if I told you that what you're eating, even when it's healthy, could be silently hurting you? That your fatigue, your bloating, your brain fog, and your joint pain could all be connected to something you're putting on your plate. Let's talk about it. A different kind of hunger. When we talk about food and emotional eating, it's easy to focus just on the cravings, the emotional pull, the childhood memories, and yes, that's important. But there is another layer. What if some of the foods we are reaching for, even when we're not emotionally triggered, are triggering something else entirely? Inflammation, autoimmunity, gut issues, mood swings. For years, I thought I was eating well, clean, mindful, balanced, but I still felt tired, achy, bloated, disconnected from my own body. Eventually, I learned that I had food sensitivities, not allergies. Those are different. Sensitivities are quieter, sneakier, and often more destructive over time. This is what we are diving into today. So, we will start with what is food sensitivity. A food sensitivity is when your body reacts to certain foods in a delayed or subtle way, not hives or immediate reactions, but headaches 2 days later, digestive issues, fatigue, anxiety. The most common culprits: gluten, dairy, soy, corn, eggs, and for some food that are healthy like tomatoes, almonds. Why? Because our bodies are unique. Our gut microbiomes are like fingerprints, and if you've had trauma, chronic stress, antibiotics, or environmental toxins, your gut might be compromised. I know I sound like more a doctor. This is where conditions like leaky gut come in. It means your intestinal lining has become permeable, allowing particles to leak into your bloodstream and trigger immune responses. That constant low-level battle, it wears you down. And guess what? Emotional eaters, sensitive souls like us are especially vulnerable to this. So let me start with my personal story. Let me take you back to a time when I felt like I was doing everything right. Clean eating, staying active, managing stress that best I could, but something was not right. I was bloated constantly. I had brain fog that I felt like I was underwater. I was exhausted even after sleeping 9 hours, and emotionally I was unraveling. After dozens of blood tests, I discovered I had SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, leaky gut, and even a Lyme infection that I had no idea about. But most importantly, I found out my body was reacting to foods that I loved, foods that I had no idea hurting me. This discovery changed my life, and what helped me find clarity was something called the elimination diet. I hope you have heard about it. A path to healing. The elimination diet isn't a trend, it's a tool, a powerful, structured way to uncover what foods are inflaming your body. Here's how it works. Remove common inflammatory foods for a period, usually 21 to 30 days. This includes gluten, dairy, soy, corn, eggs, sugar, alcohol, caffeine, and processed foods. Reintroduce them once at a time after every few days and observe your body respond. Track everything: energy levels, skin, mood, digestion, or sleep. It's not about punishment, it's about paying attention. Think of it as an act of love been trying to say all along. Why emotional eaters must pay extra attention? Let me tell you. As emotional eaters, we're used to using food to soothe emotions. But what happens when the very foods we use to numb are also physically harming us? It becomes a double wound. We eat to escape pain, and the food brings more pain, more inflammation, more disconnection. This is why we need to become detectives, not just of our emotions, but of our biology. Because sensitive souls often have sensitive bodies, and healing means caring for both. Let me give you some practical tips for sensitive souls. If this resonates with you, here's what I suggest. Write down what you eat, how you feel physically and emotionally. Try to gentle elimination. Even removing gluten and dairy for 3 weeks can reveal a lot. Work with a professional if you can. Functional medicine practitioners are amazing for this. Support your gut. Stay grounded in self-love. This isn't about restriction. It's about revelation. Now let's talk about the deeper healing. Yes, healing food sensitivities is about science, but it's also about spirituality. When you prepare your food with intention, when you listen to your body's whispers before they become screams, you're practicing self-respect. You are saying, I matter enough to listen. This is sacred. When you choose foods that heal instead of them, you're not changing your body, you're transforming your life. You're no longer feeding your wounds, you're nourishing your wholeness. So, if you've been feeling off, if you've been emotionally eating and still not finding peace, maybe it's time to look beneath the food. Ask yourself, is my body trying to tell me something? I've been too busy or too afraid to hear. I promise you, what's waiting on the other side of that conversation is freedom. Thank you for walking with me today. This was a vulnerable episode, but it's one I know will resonate with so many of you. You're not broken, you're becoming. I'll see you in the next episode. We'll be talking about nighttime binging and shame, how it keeps us stuck in food cycles and how we can finally release it. Until then, stay gentle, stay curious, and remember, healing is a lot about willpower. It's about listening. You're not alone anymore. You're coming home to you. And make sure to fill the form. The link I have mentioned in the description below. And if it's easy for you, email it to me back. My email is cravella@gmail.com. It's CRAVELLA.com. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.